bring to a close the story of...
Hello, hello. What's up? Good morning. Welcome to the studio. I'm back. Back again. Who's up in the chat here? Let's see. We got Ed B, Philip with a good question. Drift King, good morning. Jamie, Jacques, Ian, Ramen Riders, Chris, Brooklyn Hood, what up? Swish Buckets, Adam, Michael, Marin, Robin, Danny, Jamie, Scott Harris up in here, Nine, Eric, Andre, Dan Milberg, what up? Jamie or Jaime, Tyler. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. I was trying to find something to post while I was getting ready. You feeling that new intro? Just walking in with my bike for no reason. This is the new kind of studio rearrangement and setup. So just still messing with it. There's a huge mess right here behind me. So I just did this on Friday, and I came in yesterday too to kind of help rearrange the situation. I was trying to show you what I got going on here. Maybe I can save that for another video, but basically my desk used to be over here, and a camera used to be in this corner, but now it's on another wall. So I just felt like it made more sense after I was looking at it to do it this way, and I needed a fresh change, you know? Probably gonna look at that mess right there. That needs a lot of taking care of, and hopefully I can make it look kind of nice, kind of clean and YouTubey, if that's a word. So it's not just a big mess of boxes behind me. My haircut, yo. The haircut is this is a quarantine cut. That's what I'm calling it, the quarantine cut. And I suggest, like, I'm sure everyone has the same problems right now, so I'll show you. It's pretty bad. Just chop the sides. I even left some little fuzzies on the right here to help grow in a little bit. It's so bad. I just cut it yesterday. As you can see, I got a lot of sun. I went on a ride on Saturday, and some of you who follow me on Instagram saw that I posted a clip of me, a rare crash clip by me. Whenever I crash, I seem to never be filming, and I finally got a clip while I was crashing, so it was good. I'm totally fine. I don't know how I maneuvered myself out of that, but I hit these little plastic, I'll show you a little piece of the video later, but hit this little plastic divider, and I was just resting my hands on the top of my drops, not really like with a tight grip, and my left hand popped off, and my bars just went crazy, caught the whole thing, and somehow washed off my bike, landed on my bike for the initial fall. So my butt, like the top of my butt cheek, is a little bruised, and that's really it. And then most of the slide action, like I slid on the asphalt, it was mostly the rear dropout and my drop bar. My bar tape got scratched up, and my bars turned a little bit. The bike is totally fine, and I don't have one scratch. I wasn't wearing gloves. Look at my hands. Like nothing. It was crazy. And then I like slid on my road cleat for a little bit and then got up, like popped up right away, but it's funny. Yeah, so I'll show you that. What else? We had a Philip was talking about making a I give cyclists a bad name jersey. I think that's a good idea. I need to figure out who to talk to because I'm pretty specific on the kinds of jerseys. I know that I can go and order a whatever brand of jersey, but I would rather do it, with something that's comfortable and like really well made instead of making something cheap. For cycling stuff, for sure, that's the way to go. I got some notes here. I'm very professional today. What else? Wednesday. So I mentioned briefly that we would have Safa on today, right? Um, I didn't totally give a confirmation or make a full video or a post or thumbnail or anything about it because I was waiting for him to confirm with his side of the camera thing. I think we're gonna end up pushing it back a little bit. Apparently, webcams and everything are sold out right now, so it's kind of bad timing because I just kind of raffled off that little 4K. I forget what it's called, the little camera webcam thing. Yeah, that would have been useful for him, but whatever. So as soon as we figure that out, I told him that he can do it from his phone too, but we're still figuring it out. So when he gets that set up, we'll have Safa on the show. But Wednesday, we have someone else. We have Anna Puga on Wednesday, and then we also have Cooper Ray on deck too. There's a little bit of a overlap on the days. They're both available on Wednesday, so I think we're gonna try and shoot for Anna on Wednesday, and then Cooper the following week, or Cooper another day. Cooper's in New York, so sorry, Cooper. Anna takes priority because she's in Mexico City, and I haven't heard from her in a while either. So that was a suggestion from one of you guys. So thank you for that idea to have Anna Puga. Since this is a mobile conversation, we can do this with anyone wherever they're at. So it's pretty nice. Just time zone is the only thing. So what else? Wednesday, yep. Okay. Oh yeah, and then the other thing is, I think some of you already know, but I pinned it in the chat up there. But we got these neck gaiters that Eric Otto helped me design. These are in the store, ready to go. They're also showing up under the YouTube videos. So there's this one called Flow, and then there's this one called Grit, and this one's got a little hotline mark on the bottom. And the idea is, I have one of these. Where's mine? Mine's kind of grimy right now. I have one from the Sect guys in Russia. Shout out to those dudes. So they have it on both sides. I wear it one way, and then sometimes I wear it the other way. So the idea is you can wear it with the pattern on the top, and then or you can wear the hotline on top. It's kind of however you want to do it. And then wasn't ready for that yet. And then this one is just it's an all-over print, and this is kind of Eric is helping me try to figure out just a mark. If you see the hotline logo up here is cool and everything, but I was trying to make something simplified, so if you saw it, you would know that this is hotline. So we're working on it. It's a work in progress, and so far I like this little mark. But yep, that's that. What else do I got to talk about here? Oh, the zine. The pre-orders on the zine. A few of you have pre-ordered. Thank you so much for that. It's definitely going to help. Put this, where do I put my face? Down here? Okay. How about up here? Yeah, so this is a black and white. I didn't even put the size of the zine on here. I'm an idiot. It's basically 8.5 by 5.5. So it's like a half fold of a full piece of paper. I need to update the description, but these pre-orders will come with a 4x6 print along with it, and a couple of extra goodies, some stickers and stuff. And all of this stuff is shot on film, or Actually, I can't truthfully say that. There's a couple digital photos in here. There's like 2 or 3. But this is from like the last 5 years of photos, mostly in New York. There's some traveling stuff in here. Like I said before, it's like SF New York, and basically like trying, putting the images together. And the cool thing about this is it's going to open up. Normally books open, left or right. Because I'm such a video, like I shoot a lot of video, like you hardly ever turn the camera vertically. So it's always been a problem for me to shoot vertical photos. And so most of the images are or horizontal, they're landscape. So it's hard to make a zine with the same real estate if you do a traditional book. Most books, photos are shot vertically for like magazines and stuff. It just fits on the page better. So my book is actually going to be binded. I think it's going to be perfect bound or staple bound, saddle stitched on the top, and it's going to open up and down, more like a calendar. You know what I mean? It's not going to be a calendar, but I'm just saying. So that'll be cool. And right now it's sitting a little bit over 50 pages, and let me see. I do have a working template of it right now to show. There's no. I'm still working on the writing and stuff, so right now it's just the imagery kind of lined up. So there's some photos from Brooklyn. Obviously, here's a couple of. Like I said, this whole thing's gonna open up and down, and then I'll go through it quick because I don't want to show you all the photos, but like some of the spreads are like this are pretty sick that I like. And then occasionally I do get a vertical in there, and I spread the vertical over the same sides as if it was 2 photos. So just playing with the layout since I don't shoot verticals very much. But this is basically a lot of the imagery that's going to be in the zine. So stuff like this. Just playing with the vertical layouts for the horizontals. But anyways, that's the zine, and you can pick that up on the store, in the store. And that's the Big Cartel store. And then that takes me to my next thing. Stickers, man. I'm sorry. All the stickers are sold out. They are completely gone. They're out. I am zeroed out on the hotline stickers. And unfortunately, I already placed an order, a big-ass order for more. But the printer sent me an email back saying they aren't in operation right now. And it's unfortunate because I don't know how long it's going to take, and it normally takes like 2 months sometimes when they are in operation. So hopefully they're not too backed up. Hopefully they can open soon, and once they do, and once I get a confirmation, I'll let you guys know. And then it's still going to be another 4 to 8 weeks, I bet. But they do really good quality, so I don't want to change it up. And also they're kind of a smaller company, and I'd like to keep supporting them since I've already done, so many orders with them as it is. They already know exactly what I like, and it's a good relationship. So, that's that. That was quick and easy. Sorry, sometimes I hate doing that like house cleaning thing. I just feel like I'm like a salesperson or something. I'm not a fan, but people ask questions on Instagram and stuff, so it's a good way for me to just clear it all out. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. I was going to catch up to some questions. Go ahead and throw some questions in there. It's Monday. The only thing I was going to do is open up Premiere and show you. I got to close all this stuff. Show you the bike crash. So I was going to just walk through how I set up my, I know I've done this before, but those of you who are new, this is exactly how I set up my Premiere projects to do a basic like layout and like aligning of audio with video and yada, 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 yada. Okay? All right, let's do this. So we're going to go in here, turn this on. Cool. There I am. That's my desktop. Sweet. Here it is. It's called Crash Your Track Bike. And that's what we're dealing with today. That was on Saturday when I crashed my track bike. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up Premiere. I have an untitled project here. I'm just going to go ahead and use that because it's set up. This is a pre-saved template folder, basically. I should probably talk about that real quick. Those of you who are new, so you know what I'm doing. Excuse me, Premiere. Okay. So I use like colors and stuff. Basically, if it's red, it means I'm still working on it. Actually, some of this needs to be updated, but video template. So when I always save a video template, and this is what I'm using. This is how I structure it. So I have AE, that's After Effects. I have assets, and this is assets as in like all the music, all these little hotline cards, you know, like this, all of this stuff. I already have this in here, so I don't have to drag it in. Like I know I'm gonna drag it in. Like, there's the end card. Like all this stuff is always there, so I know. And then I have a folder ready for music. I should actually have another folder for sound effects, but because it gets sloppy sometimes. Maybe I'll add that now. See, always working, always learning, always improving. SFX, there you go. So next time I copy this folder, it'll have that in there. And then I have my Premiere things that are already set up, and I can get to that in a second. And then Raw is where I put all the stuff. So sometimes I shoot photos, video, time-lapse is separate, and I can get in that later. I'm not a huge like time-lapse professional, but sometimes I do shoot them, and I'll leave the photos in the photos, and then when I process the photos as time-lapse, the exports go in time-lapse, so if that makes any sense. And then audio. So super easy. Have it here, and then when you want to make a new thing, you just take it, and you make a copy of it, and you can I do that? And then I make a copy of it, and I rename it to like, you know, Terry's Happy Dance, or whatever it wants to be, you know what I mean? There we go. And that's the new video, and then I just would go in here and drop in my videos, and then drop in my audio, and I was ready. And then I'm ready to go, and everything else is set up. I don't need Terry's Happy Dance right now. So here is the Premiere project that I opened. Whoop. So we're going to start by importing some media. Double click, Crash Your Track Bike. Here we are, raw. So I know there's audio, that's from my recorder, and I know there's video. That's from my GoPro. So I'm gonna take both, and I'm gonna import it. Pretty easy, right? And I'm doing all this so I can show you the crash I had on my bike. I haven't processed any of this yet. So what I like to do is go to Media Start and do it this way. So if you shoot with your GoPro in ProTune with audio on, it's going to give you separate audio files. I don't need those right now, so I'm going to skip down here. And what this does is it'll line up all your clips in order, and then you can drag them into a sequence. And then boom, this makes the sequence for you. As you can see, look at all those clips. Too many clips. It's like an hour and 20 minutes of footage here. So let it process, let it think, let it figure out the audio for you. That's what it's doing. So basically, I was riding out to the beach, and I ran into some friends. Actually, I wasn't going to the beach. I was just going on a ride, and then I ran into some friends that are like, "We're going to the beach," and I was like, "I'll go with you." So there was 3 of us. And we were out at like Rockaway. No. We were out Fort Tilden, and then I started filming once we got closer to like Coney Island and stuff. So Sheep's Head Bay and all that. Let's see. So this is how I would do it. So now what this does is, because if you film with a GoPro, the problem is you will, if you record past, like if you keep the camera going for a long time, it'll split your clips up into like, let's see, this one's splitting it up into 5-minute chunks. It looks like, yep. Every 5 minutes, it makes a cut. So you're going to have all these files that are cut up, and then it rearranges it. If you drop it into your sequence, you're going to have to put it in order. So if you come over here and do media start, it lines them up in order for you. So when you drop them in, it's all in order. Just saves a little bit of time. Okay, so the next thing you want to do, or I do, there's a million ways to do this, and I'm sure someone knows a better way than I'm doing it. So what I want to do is I want to select these. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to hit modify audio channels, because this is a mono track. This is the way I recorded it. So I have a custom preset already set up. All it does is make it stereo. There you go. So now I have a left and a right. It just duplicates it basically. It's really simple, but it's something that I feel is required. I got to make sure this is number 22. Is this number 22? Let's see. It should be number 22, but reveal this in project. There it is, number 22. Okay. So next thing you do is you zoom way the hell in and you find your little clap marks. And I see the GoPro clap marks here. So I'm going to go ahead and blade that. Uh-oh. Oh, what happened there? I lost you guys for a second. That was very strange. Okay, so I'm going to clip that out. And I'm going to clip this out. Right? Okay. And basically, what I want to do now is, this is actually not working as smooth as I wanted it to. There we go. Okay. I'm going to drag this over, and we're going to find just exactly where the claps are. You see that? I'm going to trim out that first clap so I can move it nice and easy. So, you see that? Look at those little audio forms down there. Is that readable? It's pretty easy when you clap your hands like that, because you can see the triple marks. That's what I do. I do 3 claps, bump, bump, bump. Or I go, yo, 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 with my mouth if if I can't set it up properly. So what I do is I skip all of this stuff and I start when we start rolling. So I'm just gonna do that, and there we go. That's how you sync the audio in. And you can see that this is this audio track is a long track because I was filming for a while. And you can hear the stupid wind, right? It's super loud, right?
The 2 pillars out of the ground don't go straight up. They're at an angle.
The audio is so much better.
To account for the circumference of the globe. I'm taking this line.
I'm getting...
Yeah, the dirt line, baby!
I'm getting really technical.
What?
That lady said we were an asshole right there. That was kind of interesting. So do you hear the difference there? Like, listen to this. Windy, and when I mute that GoPro track, clean. This is the power of using an external recorder. It's very important. I can see here that my helmet's in the shot.
Right after the Chipotle.
I messed up a little bit.
I gotta go left.
So I'm gonna have to fix that in post. So the next thing I do is I make an adjustment layer. Because you can see the footage is just kind of bland, not so spicy. This is where I do all my color adjustments. And I already have a preset for this. So you go to effects and just type in GoPro. So I have this GoPro post, drop it on here, boom. And then I want to actually select everything else. And then I have this GoPro HP scale, which is high pass and scale. Drop it in. So you can see my exposure was a little hot. on this day. The sun was out, and I didn't have a strong enough ND, but it's passable. You know, it's like right on the edge. If you go into color, you can check your scopes. There's my scopes. You can see the highlights are like way up at the top. So you probably go and, you know, do a curves adjustment and like pull down some of the shadows like that, and you're fine again. So not a big deal. You don't want to clip it completely. Like it's very like there's definitely clipping going on, but majority of the footage is good. So it's okay. It's okay. Where am I at now? Oh, that's right. So I got carried away with the coloring and all that. So we're going to go ahead and lock this. But what I use for color, and I don't just leave it and then go. I fix it later, but this is like a really quick thing. And what's in here is, this is what I do to most of my footage is this is the thing. It's called GoPro Post. It's a custom preset that I made. You can save presets pretty easily. So you can apply them later. It saves a tremendous amount of time. So I use the lens distortion tool, and that just removes, check the shot. You see how you're not going to be able to tell because I zoomed out, but it removes some distortion out of the lens and pulls the corners out a little bit. And then I use Film Convert Nitrate. This is what I use, and it is an expensive thing. And I first used it and bought it for work because I was using it to color stuff quickly for clients. But I actually like it for the GoPro stuff. So it's also just an extra little thing to just separate, you know, my work from other people. There's so many people who use GoPros, and a lot of the GoPro stuff, in my opinion, it's good. It's just like it all has that GoPro color look. So I'm just one little thing to make mine look a tiny bit different. That's all. So these are the settings that I have preset. Like I said, like this is up at like 0.11 exposure. So I would zero that out because it was a hot day. And I can pull down the exposure here. See, it's like starting to look better already. But anyways, zero that out. What you do is you choose your camera, and then these are film stock, so you can go through them and it changes the tonality and the color slightly. Portra is one that I use sometimes. So you can play with these things, and then you can go way into it. Like it adds like a film grain and a softness, and some of you are probably like, why would you want to soften your footage? I hate the post sharpening that GoPros have on them. I have mine at low. It's something, in my opinion, that makes GoPros look like shit. And the reason why they do it is because it's a small sensor. So like what's the right word for it? The picture quality, like it's a small sensor, so it's not going to have the clarity. There it is. Doesn't have the same clarity as a bigger sensor camera. So they apply a bunch of sharpening to fake the clarity, and I think it looks like shit personally. So I do a little bit of softness. As you can see, there's like one little hit of softness on there, and my sharpness is down. That's just how I think things look a little better, in my opinion. I don't know. But they have these plugins. Basically, they're mimicking film stock. Like, so if you were to shoot this on Super 16, the film would be smaller. Therefore, there would be more grain, and the clarity wouldn't be there as much. So the more you go up, the more these numbers go higher, as you can see. So you can play around with that. You can also make your own, which I normally do. And then you can adjust the chroma and the luma of the film stock. And then even further, you can do color corrections here, which I normally do this, and I normally go into curves and play with it a little bit just to like really make it my own. Because again, someone could use the GoPro, copy exactly what I'm telling you right now, and their footage would look similar to mine if I didn't do anything. So I'm always trying to like just tweak it a little bit just so it's mine. You know what I mean? I think it's important to do that. Just what looks good to your eye, because sometimes right out of the box, it's not the best looking thing, right? So let's find the crash footage. That's what I want to find. Let's see. I don't know what happened here. The audio. Let me see. Oh, that's right. The GoPro died. I was waiting for that lady that called us assholes. I don't know why. She called me an asshole. There were so many people out that day. It was scary. I didn't want to be there. Okay, so there's the clap marks, it looks like. Let's see. Yep. So what I'm going to do, let me lock this layer. I'm basically just going to clip that. Oh, shit. I'm going to lock that too. I'm going to clip this. And remember, I have hotkeys set. So X, my hotkey right now is X. Everything to the left of the playhead gets trimmed and it removes the space. C, everything from the right of the playhead gets trimmed and it removes the space. So if I'm going to hit X right here, it just bumps it up. You see how fast that is? Again, these are all a bunch of little things that I do. Again, it's not necessarily the fastest or best. I'm not saying it's the best way. It's just the way I do it. So I've just found that these little things have saved me so much time setting up this stuff. So there we go again, lining up the clap marks. Sweet. Right? Clap marks are lined up. I'm going to wait till I start rolling. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Yep, here we go. Oops. I guess I didn't. Whatever. Accidentally trimmed that. Okay, and then where are we at here?
And they came in and squeezed me.
I was talking about this car. Let's see if I can pull it up. Yeah. Let's see. Check this out. Let me put it in full resolution so it doesn't look like shit. Again, don't worry about this colored footage, but there's the GoPro. It's on my head. You'll see this car turn around and like squeeze me, and I knock on the side of the door, and I'm like apologizing about it. Where is it? That's coming up over here. I'm on my track bike here too.
I think I'm gonna switch the camera to my chest view.
Okay, it's taking too long, sorry. Here it is. So this was probably more my fault. I saw the car turning around. This is something that in New York happens all the time. Cars just flip around. And I was like, oh, there's enough room there, right? So I keep going. And they start squeezing me. So that was me tapping on the side of the car. Like, yo, I'm here. Hello. Anyways. And then I changed the camera and put it on my chest. So, of course, I'm going to take this out too. I do a new audio clip. So that's what this last little audio bit is here. And this is where I can show you guys the crash. That's what we're all here for. So again, line up the clap marks, super easy, right? Every time you stop the camera, you got to reclap. That's just the way it is. So
Little hot.
I'm talking about the exposure. Little hot. All right, I'm just gonna blade this and get rid of it. Okay. So now I'm on the chest view. Everything should be lined up, good to go. And I know, oh, I'm already sitting down here, so that means I already crashed. All right, here we go. This is there a way to do playback speed at slow? Playback. Maybe I can do a fake, I'll do a fake slow-mo for you guys. I'll do 50%. It's not gonna look good. It's gonna be fake as hell, but it'll be. It should still work. All right, let's see. It's gonna look a little jittery because it's not real slow-mo, but this is the GoPro Hero 8. As you can see, this is fake slow-mo. So watch the little yellow double line, and there's a little plastic thing in there, and I barely touch it, just barely touch it. Whoa, 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 whoa. And that's it. I'll show you the real one. Obviously, I don't think it looks as good in slow-mo. I was pretty impressed that I didn't get hurt, and I was impressed in the bike. The bike's not damaged at all. I just got a little shooken up, honestly. I was like, what the hell happened? It was my fault. I wasn't paying attention. I was actually following the line in front of me. So we're schmobbing. We're just chilling. That's James McKay there. And I was just following his line. I went wide because I saw someone in the crosswalk, so I was like, oh, I'll get out of their way. And I didn't see that plastic thing at all. So good. And that's it. I'm gonna save this stuff, but get rid of that. That's how I set up an edit. And I guess I just recorded this whole thing. It's gonna be interesting to listen to what I'm talking about.
Somehow my bike fell this way, and somehow I stayed kind of on top of my bike.
Interesting. Yeah, so that's how I set up a project in Premiere. And I think it took me, I don't know, 15 minutes? If I wasn't talking to you guys and showing you guys, I can do it much faster. It's that easy. And then from there, you gotta trim it up and clean it up and, do what you want to do to it, edit it, or leave it raw, however you go about your business. But that's how I do this stuff. So I'm going to get into some questions, and then I'm going to say goodbye. So what's up? I'm going to go back into the chat and get to the question. Before I get there, though, I got to say, shout out to Dan motherfucking Milberg for dropping me some cash. He's in here dropping me $5 for the morning routine. I appreciate you. We got some good mornings. We got it's like a pillow. I just lay my head on it. Hello. Jacques, it is Members Monday, but guess what? I missed it last week and I missed it this week. So you're here, man. You're a member in my book. We got Brooklyn Hood in here. Hold on, I'm gonna skip past this. Drift King is asking if I'm all right after the spill. Yep, I'm okay. New haircut. Oh wait, I already went over this. Is this your studio, or do you share the space with other people? I share this space with one other person, but he's out of state right now, so it's to myself right now, which makes it is the reason why I started coming back in, because just there's nobody here. I'm pretty much isolated here. It's just like an extension of my house. Shout out to Blockstock Bikes. There's some stains on this shirt. They're like, but this is a cool shirt. Check it out. Anyways. Today's coffee is cold brew. There's a coffee shop near the studio, and they have a little window, so you don't have to go inside or anything. You just kind of do a little debit card. You just stick it in the thing, and you get a coffee. Super nice. Robin's asking if, or saying that maybe I could run a second cam at some point. What do you mean? A second cam? Like another cam for the stream or another cam for when I'm filming? I don't like to do double cams too much. It's just like it just means you have double the footage. This is totally the broccoli cut, my hair. This is the broccoli cut for sure. Jacques got some sun too. That's good. I mean, it looks like I missed some spots right here shaving. I don't use sunscreen. And I don't know if that's I know that not a lot of people, most people are like, you should wear sunscreen, you should wear sunscreen. Everyone wears sunscreen because the sun can cause cancer, blah blah blah. I would rather, how do I put this without sounding like some weirdo conspiracy person? I would rather get damage from the sun than put chemicals on my body. So like natural sunblock with like zinc, the stuff that surfers like make and use, they put on their nose and stuff sometimes, I'd wear that. But the chemical stuff, I'm not about it. Like I don't like deodorant or any of that stuff either. It's just my skin is like sensitive to lotions. I don't do any of that stuff. I try not to. Chapstick, the occasional chapstick. My girlfriend's got me on this Japanese stuff. I can't get enough of it. That's pretty much the only chemical thing. It's like a menthol-y thing. Dimitri, did you break the computer mount? Oh yeah. Shit, I don't have my track back here. I was gonna show you. The computer mount is still good. It's just the little plastic adapter. I think I can just buy the little insert for it. That insert snapped. So, whatever. It still holds a GoPro. The Wahoo mount turned, and the GoPro side still works. It's just the top piece that holds the computer broke. And you know, I'm actually happy that it broke, because if it was made of metal, like the actual mechanism that like clips into the Wahoo, I'm imagining the Wahoo would have taken some serious damage. It probably would have like scraped the Wahoo or broke the screen on the Wahoo. So that thing snapped and it let the Wahoo bounce away from the bike. So I'm actually happy that it broke. And if I can't find just a little plastic piece that goes on the inside, then I'll just get another one. Those things are linked in my Amazon store. They're like $9. So, and I can always use extra ones for just the GoPro part. It holds a light or a GoPro, which is rad in my opinion. JD's doing a YouTube bike channel in Toronto. That's cool. Thanks for the love. Canon just released drivers to use their dolls as webcams. Huh? Oh, DSLRs. Oh, really? Dude, that's pretty cool, but do you have to use some weird software? Because the problem is it's the computer that has the issue, in my experience. The computer is the thing that needs to be tricked. So I don't know if Safa has a Canon camera or not, but that would be cool. Let's see. Scrolling down, getting to the questions here. Marlon is asking to do a morning routine with Sada. The problem with doing any of the routines with any of the people I filmed in Japan is the communication barrier, it would be hard. Like, unless you speak Japanese, you wouldn't know what he's saying, and I wouldn't know how to ask him anything. So, oh man. It took 4 weeks to get my new ND8. Amazon is slow right now, and yet most streaming products have a huge delay right now. Yeah. Someone was telling me, or it was one of you guys, they're saying that all of the, well, Saf was saying all the webcams are out, and all of the streaming like hardware is sold out too. It's funny because I just think it's a coincidence that I started, I keep hitting this with my hat. I started doing the whole streaming thing a few months before all this happened. You know, like I started this last year. So like, I feel like, I don't know. I just knew streaming was, I really wanted to get into it. So it's cool to see that, that's kind of like, I mean, I don't know if it's cool that everyone's getting into streaming. Obviously people are getting into streaming because they're stuck at home. But it's definitely pushing it in that direction, and I was kind of already there, you know, so it's an interesting thing. I feel like I have like a couple months on people as far as like knowing how to set it up and stuff. So if you guys want to hear more about what I'm doing for my stream, I would show you, you know. This stuff is very interesting to me. I got to get another camera so I can show you how this is set up. I really cleaned it up over here. I like it. So I'm still using my girlfriend's Sony. Before that, I was using the Blackmagic cameras. The reason why I like the Sony, I don't necessarily like the picture quality. It's kind of like, I don't like the sharpness of it, and I can't put, I usually put like a filtration in front of my lens on my Blackmagic to soften things up a little bit. The autofocus is what wins me over, though, every time. The autofocus is great on this camera, so. And I have found a way, I don't know if you can hear the low hum. It's like this mic just needs to be grounded. Like when I touch it, the hum goes away. I need to ground this mic or something. It needs to have like a ground hooked up to it. I think the humming will go away. Anyways, if you can hear that or not, I can hear it, but the audio setup, the reason why the Blackmagic camera was better than the Sony, in my opinion, is that the audio, I could run the audio straight into the Blackmagic camera, because this is an XLR mic and it requires power. So I can run this right into the camera will put power to it and sync it to the audio. With the Sony camera, it only has a little tiny input and this mic needs power. So I need to run it through like an amplifier first. So it's like an extra thing that I just hate having to have all these extra units. So I have my mic going in. It's going into it's called a cloud lifter, which is a passive, powerless kind of mic opener thing. And then that runs into a Zoom H5. And then out of the Zoom H5, it goes into the camera. So it's a little extra thing. Every little piece in the chain for the stream that from the input to the output, every piece, in my opinion, in the way, creates a problem, because if one of the things, like the battery dies on the Zoom, then no audio works no matter what. But however, I do have a backup. Check this out. I got this mic right here. This mic sounds totally different, right? This mic has, you probably hear a lot more echo from the studio, but I have the same little mic setup I had at my house right here, and it is plugged into the camera. I have a Y cable going into the camera, and it's just in case something happens, I have an audio backup. And then of course, I still have this guy here, the Rode Link. It's not on right now, but it's plugged in just in case too. And I can just turn it on if I have issues with audio that way as well. So I prefer the sound of this one. Less, it's just a better quality mic and less atmospheric, what's it called, acoustics or reverb. I don't know. So yeah, that's my streaming stuff. You're gonna ship this worldwide, says Gustavo. Yeah, all the Teespring stuff. If it will ship to your country, if it says it'll ship, it'll ship. I don't ship it myself. And the zines and the photo books, those will ship everywhere. Yes. Obviously, it costs a little bit more money to ship internationally. And then if you order something else besides the book, then I remove a bunch of shipping costs, basically. So. Let's see. Looks like linking to the channel is gone in the live chat. Guess more YouTube updates. Oh no, no one can drop any links in the chat. I can drop some links for you. Let's see. I'll do this link and I'll drop in my store real quick. So here's the store to get the Teespring stuff. I should have did that earlier, sorry. And then here's the Big Cartel. That's all in the stream. It's all in the chat, so there you go. Can't, and then I can, this is the pinned Gator. I have it pinned in the chat too, so once that goes up, you can see that. There it is. Can't find my channel. Oh, he's talking to someone else. Hotline calendar 2021, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because I don't shoot a lot of bike photos, you know what I mean? Like maybe I can take screenshots from the video. I just don't shoot like people riding their bikes. And those neck buffs, those gaiters are basically a perfect time because of everyone. Like it's mandatory you wear a face mask here in New York, so you know, keep your face covered. Terry, have you shot with the Hero 7? JD, yes, I have. I just raffled off my Hero 7 to someone on the channel last week, I believe. The King shot. The camera quality is looking good. Thank you. Got the fresh cut. You see it? Yep. Want to do a ride through Amsterdam? Of course, man. Philip liked the chasing e-bikes. I had fun with the beginning of the video. When I watched it with you guys, I was like, man, what am I doing here at the very end of the video? I was just riding through Bed-Stuy and nothing cool happened. But I just kind of left it. I was like, this isn't as exciting as the beginning of the video, but whatever. 4K 60, no, never. 4K 24. Do I normally wear regular t-shirts when I ride? It depends on the ride. If I'm like on a real ride, then I'll wear a jersey because I want the pockets. Drift, I hope the Premiere, like kind of playback worked for you. Can you use the Feiyutech WG2X on its own? Yes. I don't use the app at all. The app is trash, in my opinion. Raman's asking, how do I keep Premiere from lagging when editing? What's your computer setup? RAM. Do you use external monitor on your video card? Ramen Riders. So I do most of my editing, well, I used to, on this computer here, which you can't see. It's a Mac Mini. I can tell you. Let me tell you my specs. I set this up. Mac Mini is not the best to do any kind of editing or editing from. You need to run an external graphics card, and that's what I'm doing. So I have a 2018. It's a Mac Mini. It's a 3.2 gigahertz. It's a 6-core i7. In the memory, I have it maxed out at 64 gigs of RAM at DDR4, and then which is probably overkill. Really, it really is. And then the graphics is an external GPU, and it's the Radeon RX Vega 64, and it's the 8 gig version. That's already a pretty outdated card. I mean, it was good last year. I just watched a bunch of stuff on the new the new graphics cards that are much better. But yeah, that's what I'm running for this. And then this display here. I have my display split right now. I wish I can show you. But this monitor is like this LG. It's a big ass monitor. Because for editing, having a really long horizontal space is good for the timeline. It's way easier to edit that way. So that's the idea why I got this monitor. But also this monitor that I found out later is you can do dual inputs. So it has dual inputs, meaning I can split the screen by input. So on this side of the screen right now is the computer that's running through the DisplayPort 2 on this side. And then on this side is it's my output from my streaming switcher. It's just the HDMI output going into the monitor. And then a bonus of that is I'm monitoring the audio from the output as well from the monitor. So I'm getting everything at the same time. So I can see what the camera or what the streaming device is showing on this side of the screen. Can you even see? No. This side of the screen. And then the chat and everything on the computer is on this side of the screen. And then that's my editing setup. And then I was gifted by my girlfriend. She got a new laptop. So I got her old laptop. And I was using this to edit from home and do my streams from home. So I'm using 2 computers to do these streams. That's how I was showing you Premiere while I was while I'm streaming. My computer, there's no way it would be able to handle playing back Premiere and streaming. I tried to do it in the past in Premiere. Remember? I don't know if you were here for that, but like it was very, very glitchy. And the reason it was glitchy was because the graphics card was overloaded and the processor was overloaded, because when you do encoding to YouTube and streaming, it takes a lot of bandwidth and you need to separate that out. So second computer. A lot of gaming people do that. They have a computer part of, it's usually, sometimes it's in one tower, but it's like one dedicated computer just to do the encoding and the streaming, and the other computers for the gaming. Keep it separate. Okay, and then this laptop here that I was gifted is a, what is this? 2017, it's a 15-inch MacBook Pro, and it's a 3.1 gig quad-core i7, and it's got 16 gigs of DDR3, and it has a Radeon 560, and it's 4 gigs, so, you know, it works. It actually does faster rendering time sometimes from the laptop than the external GPU. Don't quite understand it, but it does. So that's the settings. Hopefully that wasn't boring to everyone else. Eric wants to know if my birth name is Terrence. It's not. Although when I was younger, people, on top of people saying Berenstein Bear, like the Berenstein Bears, which my last name is Berenson, not Berenstein. The T and the S are in different spots, but that used to drive me crazy when I was younger, and I don't really care anymore, but I think it's kind of funny. But then other people would try to like be like Terrence, and like that's not my name. It doesn't bother me at all. It's funny. So yeah, no, it's not Terrence. 1080 at 60 frames. No. 4K at 24 frames. I don't do 60. DJ Osmo action split in 6 minutes. Yeah. It depends on the camera. The GoPro Hero 7 did, I think it was 12 minutes and then split. The 8 does 5 minutes. It must be something with cooling. I don't know what it is. Yeah, see? There GoPro does 8 in 17 seconds. Jamie, all my first videos, if you go to my channel, maybe I should pull it up. I'll show you my first upload. It's with the GoPro Hero 4, so not a big deal, man. Although I've learned a lot. It's about how you do it, you know what I mean? Let's see. Let's go to my channel. And then videos. Oh, by the way, we hit 90K today, so thank you guys. Thank you to everyone who's joined the channel. We need 10K more, and then I'm going to do a special backflip off this chair. 100K is a huge milestone for me, so I'm going to be very excited when that happens. Here we go. This video here, which I've probably showed on this before, this is a GoPro Hero 4, and it is shot in HD. Is it shot in HD or 4K? Yep, this is straight up 1080. So this is a GoPro Hero 4 right here, and you'll see like it doesn't matter. It's just kind of all about how you work with it. But this is the second upload I had put on YouTube. This is connected directly to my. Looks like it's on my stem. See how watery and wobbly.
Pardon me. Thank you.
It's pretty bad. Show you like you don't need all the best cameras, like you can still make something happen. Obviously the new stuff looks better, but
Whoa! What the fuck? How you doing?
Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. George Washington Bridge.
Whoa!
Chasing geese. It looked like it's really cold, you know? It's very cold. What happened there? It's weird, we cut out again. Wheelie boys.
Hey, bro!
get the idea, right? You get the idea. That's that was all GoPro Hero 4, so like it doesn't quite matter. You can use what you got, you know? That's what I was doing. That wasn't even my camera. I was borrowing that one. So you just got to use what you got or what you have access to, and you can make kind of whatever and then go from there. So Ramen Riders is saying, as soon as he adds the adjustment layer with color adjustments, I get hella lag in my playback. So that could be a huge problem, yeah? So what I would do if that happened to you, just turn off that adjustment layer. It also helps to not color everything and put all those extra effects on your footage. Like edit it first and then do it. The reason why I showed you in Premiere the adjustment layer and all that beforehand is just to give you an idea how I do it. I normally turn that off and then clean it, cut it all up, and then put the adjustment layer at the end. You normally do color and sound at the very end, so it helps on the processor. So give that a try, Ramen Riders. Let's see. Robin is back from laundry. Okay. Dimitri just noticed 24 frames, the stabilization was worse, or maybe the shutter speed as well. Dimitri, yeah. When you use I've talked about this in the past, the stabilization in the GoPro, it requires a really fast shutter speed. And because it's looking for sharp edges, sharp pixels, it needs that non-motion blur sharpness to look at the footage and stabilize it. If it's blurry, it's not going to work very well. I'm holding the mic so the little humming goes away, by the way. See? I don't know if you can hear that. I hear it. It drives me crazy. Whatever. What clothing do you recommend for wear? How about a cycling jersey and a bib? John Houston. Or Houston. So crazy we're at number 40. I know, dude. It's 40 days. And I can't say 40 days in a row anymore because the last 2 weekends I've decided to give myself a break on the weekends. It's been great. Saturday, nothing. Sunday, we do video premieres. So it's a Monday through Friday thing. You know, it's like a job. Come in, say hello, talk a little bit. And then I'll see you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Dimitri found an old set of Lee filters and slapped it on his lens. I think I saw that on Instagram. That's good. The MRE, Morning Routine Air. I love it. Terry's at the GoPro Hero 7. No, it's a GoPro 8. Ramen Riders, do you use a Premiere Pro shortcut key? Yeah, X and C are my best friends. I have them set to ripple delete. The left of the playhead, ripple delete from the right of the playhead. Let me see, where are we? Holy shit. I'm trying to catch up. I just got lost in the chat. Here we go. But how are the shoes? Scuffed? Yeah, I scuffed the brand new clips, the plastic clips on the bottom. The shoes are fine. Aspect ratio of photos for the zine. They are all, what is it? It fits in a, I guess it's 4x6 is the format, and they all have a margin on it. Yeah, they all have a margin. So, and then the vertical photos are cropped slightly to fit within the constraints of the spread. So. I did rip my bar tape in the crash. That's okay. I'm gonna leave the bar tape on there for a while. Oh, Robin, a second cam for the stream, like a wide shot. Yeah. I usually have more than one camera for the stream in here. I can set up another one. Like, I have the RX0 6. Was it 6, 7? What, 6 right here. And this works great for the stream, and it matches that camera pretty well. So I was gonna use this and point it over there at the bike on the rack, basically. But yeah, I've had other cameras, like another camera angle in here. It's cool. L to speed up, J to reverse. Okay to slow. Thanks, Cook. Don't ever use that. Olive oil over chapstick. Okay, I like that. How's the saddle? The saddle was fine. There's a little scuff on the edge. It's ripped. It happens. And I'm going to leave it like that. That's the thing. It's like, I like my stuff being worn and used. Sorry if this has been asked before. External hard drives do you like to use? Well, I use this Samsung portable, the T5, for like editing a lot. And is this going to break my setup? It might break it, but I'm going to show you. You see how I have it on the back of the laptop? It's just stuck there with Velcro. It's the ultimate hack. That way I can bring my laptop and I have that 2 terabyte drive with me. And like, don't spend money. Like if you guys have Apple computers or even other computers, don't spend money on the hard drive, the internal hard drive. It's silly. Just get a nice, if you're doing video, you don't want to store all the videos on your computer anyways. You want to have them on a working drive separately, away from all your applications and stuff. That way your computer's running smooth and fast. And then, where is my hard drives? They're over here. I use these Seagates for, these are what I use to archive, see? Video backup 1. It goes all the way to 6 right now, I believe. So I have TRB video 1, and then I have a TRB video backup 1. So I have a set of them here, and then I have a set of them at my house to kind of, in case something happens. So what I do is I have a 2 terabyte working drive, and believe me, that gets full in like a month or so. So depending on how much I'm shooting. And that stuff goes on to the external, and then I clean the and then I clean the working drive, and then it's just like a process, Favorite bike computer? I like the Wahoo. I have the regular Wahoo. Do I know anyone personally that has died from COVID? Nope, I do not. Graham is asking to get Kyle from Outer Shell in here. Yeah, I know Kyle. That'd be cool. I should hit him up and see. Question about my tires. Going to buy Gatorskin 28 mils. Any thoughts? Gatorskins, performance-wise, they're terrible. But for if you're putting it on a bike you're just riding around and locking up, and you're doing most of your riding around the city, kind of commuting, then they're fine. But if you're using that bike to, I don't know, race and stuff, it depends on your feelings. If you value puncture resistance over performance, then go with the Gatorskins. I have 28 Gatorskins on my bike back there. Where is it? There, right there. Yeah, and they're terrible as far as like grip on the road and feel. I think. I mean, they're fine, but for the flat, the puncture resistance, they're the best in my opinion. So I would rather have that than like a Grand Prix 6,000 or 5,000 and then run over like a little tiny piece of glass and get a flat. Viviana, you like my hat? Thank you. It's Affinity. Cook uses the Grand Prix 5000s tubeless. Yeah, that's pretty sick. Tubeless, yeah. If you have them set up tubeless, you can get away with a lot. Chris Ray Moberg, recommendations for a breathable jacket. I just picked up a jacket, and after 10 minutes, sweat was pouring out of the sleeve. Jackets are hard, especially when you're riding. I don't really have a good jacket right now. I have a winter jacket. It's like a Rafa cycling jacket, like a heavy winter one, and that is my favorite. And I recommend that one, but I don't have anything for like this time of year. I just wear hoodies, like a sweater. Ramen is saying hump sometimes can be solved by making sure using using power from the same circuit breaker. All the power is the same. Also earth ground on the XLR input. How do I get an earth ground? I think that's what I'm missing is the earth ground on the input. But I don't know how I'm supposed to get that to ground out. Because when I touch it, the hum goes away. It's definitely a ground thing. I'll look up some YouTube videos and figure it out. Thank you, Ramen Riders. Maybe a dumb question, but in a recent vid, it appeared that your fixed gear axle was all the way down in the vertical drop. I'm just wondering how you release tension to remove the rear wheel. Oh, Jacques, that is what I like to call style, fixie fashion. I love a wheel to be slammed all the way forward and the dropout as far forward as it goes. There's enough room there to take my chain off, but if I was to have one tooth bigger on the front or the back, it would be I would need another link or two. So it's just perfect fit. So yeah, but when a tire is all the way up on the seat tube, it's my favorite thing. It's so nice. Shipping for the zine was $7 to the UK. You were impressed? Thanks, Jamie. That was an estimate. I hope I'm not fucking myself over later. Sergey, are you KOM hunting later? I don't do that, really. I don't look for KOMs. What is the aspect ratio? I answered you, Steven. Terry, what gum wall tires are on your hardtail? Those are Ardents. Those are Maxxis Ardents. They are the super thick casings, the heaviest tires, basically, but they're the best sidewall protection. So they're more of a big cross-country tire. I would put in DHF on there, but they didn't have gum walls, so I didn't get them. They didn't have gum walls in 29. Where does he read the chat from? Come on. It's way up there, buddy. Richard Beyond the Scale, what up, man? Welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining. Happy to Have you? Do I offer jerseys as merchandise? I do not yet. Terry, is it hard to work with 4K 24? No. It seems to be just working just fine. Ian is asking about the last hotline, the chill line. You were talking about what is important to know for crossing intersections or some special street knowledge. If we hit this green light, we'll hit the green wave. Just talking about Fifth Avenue, I know between certain streets, if you can get to like 30, if you can get to 34th from 42nd, then you're gonna make the wave. But if you can't make it through 34th, then the lights will start turning red on you, and that's like holding something over 20, I think, to keep that flow going. Some streets have the street lights in a wave called green waves, and it's more for cars. But if you can keep your bike up, you can go with the flow of traffic and keep hitting greens. Apparently, there used to be way more flow in the city, and Cooper Ray talks about it in videos, and they had slowly been changing the flow of lights and messing traffic up. He thinks it's a conspiracy. Would you offer original logo jersey for merchandise? Yes, I would. Let's see. Is Safa still going to be on? Not today. I talked about it earlier. It's he's got to figure out some camera things on his end. I will put out an announcement when he's on the show. But we got Anna Puga on Wednesday, so. With the bad stabilization, how did you get around it with the Hero 8 on the chest mount before you started using the gimbal again? I wasn't using NDs with the Hero 8 when I wasn't on a gimbal. That's the advantage of using a gimbal. You can go back to using the slower shutter angle, shutter speeds. Hotline jersey merchandise, yes. That guy keeps asking about that. Brooklyn Hood is back. Welcome, Brooklyn Hood. Why did you choose a titanium frame over Reynolds 953 steel? Well, Zach Morrison, my titanium frame was a trade. I did work video exchange for the frame. That's why. I didn't have an offer for Reynolds 953 steel. Bitter Beach just made a new song on their channel. That's cool. Good evening from Jakarta. Look at this. Look at all these people plugging their channels. Look at this shit. I just posted a video about fixed gear touring from Jakarta to Lombok back in 2013. That's cool. I love it. Ground. It should be on your preamp or the preamp software. Well, I'm using a Zoom. I wonder if it's this. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. It's going into this Cloud Lifter box. It's like a passive amp. I don't know. Buongiorno. Phil is asking if I've ever raced serious before. I used to race BMX when I was a kid, like a little kid. That's it. I've done like gravel kinds of rides that aren't technically real races. I've done a few mountain bike kind of race things, but that's it. I don't really like all the crits and that stuff. It's cool. I'm not knocking it at all. I'm just not into the crazy amount of training and things you need to do to get on that level. So kudos to the people who can, who have the skills and the time and the discipline to get fast at that stuff. But I'm not into it myself. Terry, what's the best ride? Whoa. Terry, what's the best ride camera on a budget? A GoPro. Robin, do y'all know about the road in San Francisco that has a green light wave time for bikes? I rode it. It actually works. Yeah, Valencia Street. It's 14 miles an hour. It's green all the way. It's great. We need Cooper Ray in for one of these. Cooper was supposed to be in on Wednesday, so I already talked to him and planned it. But Anna's only available on Wednesday, so Cooper's going to have to be next week or maybe on another day this week. I know he has to work, so he was saying Wednesday, but I was like, we can get in a little early maybe. It depends. We'll see. I'll hit up Cooper and see what's up. Devin, ever do any filming with that Arc Zero outside the studio? Just picked one up on the cheap. Yeah, I used to film with it a lot outside, but now I haven't done much because if I'm gonna go shoot something outside with a bigger camera than a GoPro, it's gonna be my Blackmagic camera. Still liking the Rene Hearses? Yeah, I haven't had an issue with mine, but I have the Endurance Plus sidewalls on my cross bike or my gravel bike, so it's, they're working great. Thinking about Cooper for our next hotline shoot? Not anytime soon. No hotlines planned, not for a while, because of everything that's going on. Does that GoPro adhesive mount work okay on helmet? I don't want to lose the GoPro. Put a safety cable around the GoPro, the case. Put like a little tethering thing. Like I have this on my phone. It's like a little. So I would loop this around the GoPro case and then loop this into your helmet somehow. Tie it on a knot. So if it does pop off, the GoPro will be on a leash. Just some simple, old school grip advice. That way you don't lose your camera. Any news on the black and white hotline stickers? All the stickers are not working right now for a while. Waiting for the company to finish up. Terry, just ground your audio system. I'm trying. I don't know how do I ground this? I don't understand how I'm supposed to ground this. Once it's grounded, it's going to sound great. Just wrap some copper wire around it and find a common ground. Anything metal. Okay. Thank you. I got to get some copper wire. Alexi, just missed today's morning routine. You're here, man. You're in it. How am I doing today? I'm doing great. Came in, I'm going to clean up the studio. I got a huge mess here. Someone was asking about a wider shot. We can make that a little wider. How's that? You like that? A little wider? Yeah, I got to clean up this fucking mess behind me. You can't really see it because it's right here. Oh, all that shit's got to be cleaned up. It's bad. But I'm feeling good. Why is there no hotline video in Berlin? I've never been to Berlin, but send me your hotline video and I will play it on the channel. All right? Any vids of your BMX races? No. No. Richard Beyond the Scale, welcome to the channel. And you got the first little statement. Could be the splitter making the hum. I tested it. I went straight into the camera without the splitter, and it's not the splitter. But I think it's the ground for sure, because watch. I mean, when I touch it and ground it, it goes away. So definitely some kind of grounding thing going on. I heard that Amazon has a big fleet of cargo bikes. They do. They're all over the place. They've been here for a while, though. What else do we got? Ed B. Sim, random question for you and your lady. How often does the cat get brushed? All the time, Ed. All the time. Greta. Book or YouTube recommendations for learning about bike mechanics, geo, and tech. I would say stay away from the internet for that stuff. There's so much bad information. It's hard to sort through. I would say go hang out in a bike shop. That's kind of, or like friend people who are in bike shops and hang out there. That's better. Let's see. I think I'm almost at the bottom of this. Hello from Ming. What else? What's the best way to send you a video? You can email me a link through Google Drive or Dropbox or any other filing sharing service. That's the best way to do it. I would love to come to Berlin. One of these days, Greta, we're going to meet and I'm going to be there. How long do you have the studio to yourself? Let's see. I think Jason just texted me. Maybe he's saying he's about to show up and I have to leave. He did say, am I at the shop today? There he goes. I probably have it for another month, so that's cool. All right, well, shit. There's 135 people in here, and I'm at the bottom of the questions. Thank you guys for watching the videos. Thank you, JD. I appreciate that. What can we out this on? I didn't have a video to out this on. We can watch Cooper Ray's Extra Gucci Supreme to do an outro to. That's kind of cool. You guys seen that one? Pop this up. Hit play on this bad boy. All right.
I could cut Bowery. That'd be a cool one.
I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit, and I can talk and do some questions while this is going on. This is shot with a Rilo. And you can see there's no microphone for this. And it's windy, so. This is Cooper Ray's POV. This video is called Cooper Ray's Gucci Supreme. And this is how we're going to end the video, so. I'll put my face on here. There we go. So, yeah. Thank you guys for joining here today, and just remember to, please be safe, but keep it fun, be well, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next morning routine, and hopefully some interesting videos this week. I got to get to editing them and cleaning this place up, so until then, enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys later. Ooh.
Six has the gnarliest line.
bikes.
Okay.
Whoa! Come on, man! Hurry up! Get out of here!
my favorite weather.
Oh, the other way.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Have a good day. I'll see you on the next one. Peace, peace.